following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Of course! Of course!
So
Yeah, there's too much danger in activating things around here, so I'm not do that.
So either Logain or Zalo would arrive. Whoever would be first going there. I know.
I'm being slowed down by Volt, so yes,
I'll make it there. Let me see the guy on the con.
And even when you're getting right close to there, it's just going to be watch it. The explosives on the door to your right and come in.
Concerning a demo charge, a breaching charge set up in front door.
Would it turn me into a smear on the concrete, even in this building?
Potentially. Makes me wonder what they've put on the terminal.
Thor probably, looking at him, probably died from... The only reason he probably started to get the communication through was because they had to get through his shields a couple of times with a few shots before it got to him.
I'm going to make 2 checks for the 2 different types of traps, and not just on the terminal, but on the Vol's body as well. Electronics is 30.
There is a trap on the merchant's main terminal that's there on the desk.
The usual overload type.
Electrocute you for trying to look at this and then fry anything that's in it.
Okay, now
if they know why they didn't get so much in the way of supplies, they were spending all of their time on
sitting on
this.
these bloody traps. We take pride in our work, it's just not in the rest.
Should have just set one really big bomb and a thing to blow up the entire colony if anyone came to it.
And a mechanical one of 41.
You actually don't find any physical traps on either this terminal or
On the Vol.
on the Vol.
I'll disable that electronical trap with a very nice 31. And would this also be the terminal that would control that loudspeakery type thing we asked the Vols about earlier?
The loudspeakery?
Is there any like communication thing we can use to call?
Address the colony.
Address the colony.
To address the colony. Yes, because it would have talked to that thing that he was using, which was also the communications for getting out of the...
I will slap a disc on this terminal, and then that'll net that this terminal's under our control for Logan to do his thing.
Hey, Nar, here's a frequency link.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
He was talking to me, not you, bitch! Shut your whore mouth! Sorry, she's gets lippy.
Just so you can address the colony, there might be someone hiding. A Vol voice would be more likely to get a response.
Oh, thank you. Hello?
It's very distorted and crackly because of the damage.
Hello? Is anybody there? This is your foreman speaking.
Just the sound of crackling flames in the wind.
I don't think anyone's alive.
I'm sorry.
This whole place is a bust.
It looks like it would be a hell of an effort to get it back up and going again, let alone the loss of life. Excuse me, I need to make a call. Trish,
Yes, Logain.
patch me through to the Turian hierarchy. Military channels.
Of course, Logain.
Turian military.
Logan Centurious, authorization code CN4N38273 Black.
Verifying. Commander Centurios, how can I help?
I am currently on the Vol colony world of, what was it, Tocho? Trovox. A mining facility there. It has been attacked by a raiding party.
That's no good.
Their defenses are down. I was wondering if we had anything in the area which might be able to swing by and provide a little protection while the Vols sort themselves out.
Of course, I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
Of course.
Centurious
Thank you.
out. They are a protectorate world. Well, nation.
That's partly the Turian's job now, is sort of being like a fleet for everyone, right?
Oh no, we provide their military force. In return, they provide us with everyone else's money.
Money!
And then you just assist other races that have their own fleets, like the Asari and such.
Well, I mean, like, we are basically the military backbone of the council, so, as well.
Nobody
We're
wars
stretched pretty thin, and we're only allowed 7 dreadnoughts.
Is there afraid you'll take over?
We probably wouldn't.
They should be, based on what the humans do.
I think it was a Mass Effect 2, where it's just like, yeah, the Turian hierarchy has decided to just completely ignore that and just build more dreadnoughts. Like, there could be more of those. Jell, how's it going?
Long, tiring. Very, very tiring.
Maybe I should come help you.
You have at least cleared the main area between the merchant building and the landing pad. You just need to make the main one you've got to clear now between is the landing pad leading to the main warehouse where the palladium would be stored.
We still have some extinguishers left. There.
Well, I got a bunch of pissed voles, so. Just go.
And just roll that fire out. I want to do. I kind of do.
There
want
needs to be a sport called volleyball.
I want to say one of them.
It's
Use
just
the fire
bionic ball with
extinguisher.
balls of ball.
No, it's rolling it.
It's speed vol.
The field is like a giant pinball table.
The flippers that bounce them around. Yeah. You see, you're getting into it.
Yeah, no, I'm in now.
Do you like the idea of pinging little vols around on a pinball table?
Oh, we can have a quarrying team of like the children and their balls.
It's an ancient sport where you fight against the tortoises.
Voles.
For some reason, you start off riding a bobsled down a tube.
The rolling vole.
I love it. It's my new favourite sport.
And
You
I
will-
still think tits hockey.
You can make a spot check, Zello, with your.
Ship knowledge.
11.
You find evidence of some of the other surrounding buildings of where they straight up just placed. They clearly just placed charges. It's probably snuck up when nobody was
With a
looking.
bunch
The
of
same people
charges.
probably, same Quarians who probably were in hiding and then sneaking out to.
They place a bunch of extra charges in case they were needed.
Some of them have gone off. Like they clearly just caused destruction and mayhem. Let's just blow up a bunch of their buildings. Like they're lesser buildings that don't have anything that they're really interested in.
Just to add to the chaos.
How expensive were breaching charges?
Quite.
This might be 500 or 950.
They spent a fortune.
If they've ripped off the palladium, then this is nothing.
Yeah.
If they haven't, then they got far.
And if they make their own, it's worse, which they probably do. And recoup some cost.
Well, before they raided a breaching charge warehouse before they came. Ironically, they got in with palladium. No. It's a vicious cycle.
We're never quite breaking even, Chief.
Well, when you unwrap your palladium, I'm sure you've seen how it explodes.
That's chocolate.
It is just.
Seeing as we're sort of waiting for the voles to shove into it, we've got to put out fire for that last building. I want to throw my eyes around, just look for any more of these charges that haven't yet detonated.
Okay.
28.
The main one, the only one you find that's not detonated outside the one that you got off the inside of that door that Rosa found was there's one on the back of the main. Actually, no, beyond the side of the main Palladium warehouse, which you suspect was probably based on its placement a backup in case they couldn't somehow get through the door.
Alright, and a different ingress or egress option. I will update that. I will take that and update that to 2 breaching charges.
And then the main warehouse is basically the last, important, and also one of the few intact buildings left.
Oh, we wouldn't want to risk all the lovely, lovely palladium.
And it has a bigger warehouse door, but it does have a higher security lock on it, which is why you suspect they probably put that on. They're probably pretty confident based on what you knew to get in the other one, but this would have had a higher security, so they might have just been if we can't hack into this, we're just going to blow the side off.
Once Logan gets here, Rosa will toss him the Omnitool from the hero bolus go got the signal out.
Let's have a look.
Quol Nor is his name. QOL and then space NOR. What you looking for?
Recent?
He was. It looked like he was in a transaction.
He was selling something or buying something, and then they
he was
fucked
selling
him.
something. Yeah.
Alright, well, that adds to that MO support. Cool.
So the transaction was
Set
not
that
completed.
aside for some evidence to give to the Vols. Of okay, so this is how this hit went down. I wonder if a bolo would be a good idea. Be aware, traders, probably posing as Quarians. That sort of thing. Isolated mining places like this might be an idea.
Ooh, or a bolo for a Quarian fighter in the area.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you would be especially aware, Zalo, that your people are kind of known for, going around when there's this whole thing where when the migrant fleet shows up, usually just before or after it, there's a bunch of Quarians just pissing people off because they're like, we want supplies, we want this, we want that, and they do trade with them because they do trade or give them.
But sometimes
credits,
things are known to go missing.
Yeah, they just get known as being these annoying gypsies that just rove through and sometimes buy them out of their stock, but it's they'll offer a good price or they'll go fine. But kind of have that rep of being
that way.
And that's probably exactly what these guys posed as, just ordinary quarry, which is not unusual. So most people don't think twice of it. They're like, oh, the migrant fleet's in the area, great. A bunch of these space gypsies are coming along and just want to buy out a bunch of our stuff.
And then this happens.
Yeah. So yeah, he was in the middle of that. Yeah, so are you wanting to send that through Trish, or are you going to deal with that later?
Yeah. So, there's the warehouse where they stole the palladium, huh?
Yeah.
What, you just open it?
Oh, fuck no. I'm assuming he's disarmed everything by now.
I haven't got to the main door yet.
TikTok.
Main door's big. It's locked.
I'll check it
And
for...
it's red, so you can immediately tell this is going to be a hard one to open.
Come on, master of unlocking.
I'm not the master of unlocking, unless I'm exploding it or cutting it. But I will check for any sneaky traps that are on.
Fall for it. You didn't fall the about me going, oh, it's super hard lock, and then going straight for the lock. No, you actually did go for the...
Yeah, 27.
Yep, there's a trap on this.
It's the same sort of overload type trap.
No, this one looks like it's going to something inside the building, but you can't tell what it is, but it's going to send a signal to something. Probably explosive, based
Damn.
on...
No, I
fire.
can't send a signal.
I'll give it a quick check for any mechanical things on the door. 25.
There is a secondary... something similar to what she found on the main merchant door.
Another.
So if you managed to bypass the electronic trap, it would still send a signal to somewhere in the opposite direction.
Okay. If I check review the footage from when Rosa found her one, I could then replicate her technique.
Couldn't you just straight up cutting torch this shit?
I could. Yeah, fuck it. Use the torch to cut whatever mechanical line they had in place for that. You still want to roll.
Yeah, just for precision.
31.
Yeah. You cut through it. There's going to be no tension on that to set it off anymore, so...
Should be good to open. Still locked.
Oh yeah, 27.
Not enough.
Damn.
I know, this is just you just keep hitting it. I know he can get there. I know he's got potential score.
I'm just rolling twos over and over and over again. There we go, 31. 31?
Not quite enough.
Okay. How about 36?
That's enough. Door unlocks. Green.
Right. Let's find out.
Opens up. Yeah, you determined that electronic trap number 1 went to a breaching charge on the inside of the door, and then the other one went to one on just to the side of the door. There's 2 more right there.
And I'm going to really look forward to finding your former leader, putting one on either side of his head, and then wiring him all up so that if he moves, they go off, and then leaving him in a perspex saw cube in the middle of the Citadel.
Well, like the boss room for Ocelot.
The door opens up. You discover the 2 charges.
Close.
A bunch of lights automatically start flickering on in rows, like doom, 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 doom.
I get the feeling there should be more in here.
Yeah, and then it lights up a completely empty.
They stripped it all.
Oh, I wonder if a bunch of palladium suddenly turned up at the fleet.
I'm sure it did, though not like there would be any official entry for it.
I suppose we can always just go there and get it back. That would be a nice turn of events.
If it were that easy.
It is.
In this setting for Mass Effect, if palladium is produced here and stuff, will there be like a miner's mark or something on it? Something that identifies the actual resource?
Probably not on the actual palladium itself. It would be on the shipping container or the whatever it's stored on.
Those would conveniently disappear, I imagine.
Yeah, probably pretty quickly once they've unloaded it. I mean, they obviously took those containers with them. They could have probably, if they wanted to, decided to open up the containers, take the palladium out. But
No,
yeah.
the containers can be melted down and used for other things.
that would be wasteful.
Looks like they stripped all the palladium, everyone.
How big a ship would they need to take all that?
Well, I imagine a reasonably big Krogan-style freighter with a deployable cloaking screen would have been about the right size for this job. But since the Quarian fleet has no such ship, to my knowledge, I'd probably say still like a Krogan freighter. They tend to have the most room.
Than we would have had.
And they'd be heavier armed than most freighters.
A diverse range of ships, depending, I guess.
You have over the time. You don't get a lot of Krogan ones.
No, because they're fucking nice, right? I mean, they're kind of crabby, but they're big and they're well armed. And
they usually have Krogans on them. That's the real problem.
You're going to Krogans in the vent. Every time I turn the lights on, they run under the fridge.
Little bastards get it everywhere. And everybody else is like little, and then Logan's like, yeah, compared to me.
He's got his broken fly swatter.
I am Kroganus the Colossus. Yeah, you're pretty big, I guess. Just remember Mass Effect 2? How all the Krogans just had magic height-changing things based on...
And the cutscenes and that.
On the cutscene.
Except for that one where I've got the shot of frickin'... It's one of them on the planet... I don't think it's Warlord or Kier. It's the one where you get him. Where you get Grunt. And there's one where he's just pointing and talking to female shepherds' tits. Because that's where his head is, and he's just like...
Yeah, they really didn't put any care into those. So
yeah, they've cleaned it out. I'm not even going to make you roll. You'll notice that there are tracks, obviously, leading from the main Palladium, a storage to the landing pad.
And at the landing pad, check for traps. No trust.
Oh, there's no traps since we've been the whole time.
I suppose. 36.
You do find hidden under. It looks like they've just sprinkled some dust and then wetted it to make it stick a little. They've put a little explosive device where landing gear would most likely drop down onto it.
So that a ship would likely set it off. Is it another breaching charge?
Yes.
It would have to be something fairly substantial to affect a ship.
Yeah.
It's like, this is my grenade. It went boom, and the ship's like, yes, I now have some additional carbon scoring. What now?
I'll redirect it. It would just annoy the respondents.
Yeah, we might take it personal.
The landing pad's clear. If they've used this landing pad, can I check for scorch marks to identify a larger ship they used to collect the ores?
Can you make a check?
21.
Based on the marks, you just pick up some vertical thrusters. Make a ship knowledge check.
18.
Could be based on the positioning of the thrusters that this could be like a Turian freighter, one of the skeletal ones where you snap the cargo pods onto the side.
With most of the ship is engines and a frame for cargo pods.
Yeah. Kind of very similar to the one that you would have used when you tried to trap those Turian biotics.
Oh, yeah.
That type of thing.
It was a Turian cargo ship they used to get the ore out. Kind of like that one we travelled in, the ESO. I think that's about all I can glean from this.
No, that's enough to keep an eyes out. Unfortunately, those container carriers are common as all get out.
And they won't survive long once they get back to the fleet. Or even just back to the home ship.
One thing, actually make another ship knowledge roll.
Knowledge! It's a thing! 20.
One thing to note, however, is that their engines are not very quick. The FTL is not very quick compared to like your ship or most other, because it's a freighter. Especially if it's, I mean, I know that in space is the whole thing. It's not, there's no weight, but it's like they still have to deal with the weight of a full load of palladium, if that's the case.
If they were heading for the relay, the closest relay, and they were slowed down because of all the ore, and they have a 10.5 to 11 hour lead on us, would we be able to catch them before they hit the relay?
Before they hit the relay, potentially. Whether you'd be able to catch them from there depends on where the migrant fleet is actually located.
Captain, we might be able to catch them.
Turn to Vols. Would you guys be okay here by yourselves? We might be able to catch them.
If you can catch them, I would say go ahead.
No guarantees, but we'll try.
You have sent aid, so thank you.
Wheel out the comm thing. Leave it here for
Could
them.
be useful. Oh, you also might need some more of this, and I'll give them half of my store of metagel.
Thank you.
No problem.
I'll be very, very careful about going into buildings.
Or using any terminals, or touching any control panels.
Oh no.
And then I will leg it to the ship to offload the comms.
Ship.
Before leaving for the ship, Rosa's at least going to set down the fire extinguishing equipment for them.
Yeah, I'm also going to get back in contact with the hierarchy.
Oh, okay.
Yes, how can I help?
There is still an opportunity for us to perhaps catch the people that did this.
Do it.
Yes, I need to inform you about the traps that are here.
Oh, okay.
The Vols probably won't be able to do anything about them, so you might actually send like a protectorate demolitions team. Bomb squad thing.
Very good. Thanks for the advice. We're already putting together a team now, medical experts and tacticians. So.
If we are leaving the Vols, what would you say? It's an interstellar comm? Portable interstellar
It
comm?
is. It's designed to talk to mass relays and other space.
Portable interstellar comms system, so they should be able to receive signals.
Convoys, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah, it's designed to talk to convoys directly.
Trish, warm up.
Yes, no gang.
bitch you hated.